Hello and welcome to On the Couch. I'm Tom Sinapoli.
And I'm Jocelyn Brown. And here with us today, we have the new Vice President and President of RTN, Cody Decker and Brian Dickerson. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
So, you guys are new. Not new to the RTN board, but you're in new positions. So explain to us your old positions and how you think that would help you in your new positions next year.
So I was the programming director last year for RTN on the executive board. Basically, I was evaluating all of our content, making sure technically it looks good and just the shows all look good. So programming our schedule as well, taking the time to evaluate our content and make sure everything looks good. Also, I was a co-vice president for the rest of the semester in February. I took the position, so I had some responsibilities there with member bonding and things of that nature.
Cool. And I was a special event producer last year, so I was responsible of doing all the pre-production where it was talking to the organizations, seeing what event they want us to cover, crewing out the team, getting to the team, doing the production, coming back, doing the post-production, editing events, getting them into quality control, and the cycle just repeated. It did 30 events this semester, which was a lot, but it was fun. I learned a lot about organization, time management, responsibility, leadership, so I feel like I could take all those features and goals to the VP position.
Yeah. What excited you about RTN and wanting to take up such a big role and not remain in the roles that you guys were in this year?
You know, I pretty much came to the school because of RTN. I heard so many great things about it. Just the family aspect of all the members pretty much staying together, working hard together, and just the product I was seeing I was very impressed with. So that programming director spot last year, you know, that fit me very well. Showed me how to evaluate content, how to really worry about our image, how to really worry about our brand, and just take it to the next level. So RTN has given me all the opportunities I could, and I feel I'm so well-rounded because of the experiences I've had as president. I can really help in so many different areas and make sure the executive board's doing their jobs and doing it efficiently.
Right.
All right, so Cody, you are going to be a junior as president. Brian, you're going to be a senior. What are your guys' goals for next year?
Some goals is a main one is member bonding events. I feel like that's the biggest part. It brings out the most people. Last year we did bowling, which is cool. It brings out a ton of people after the RTN meeting. This year I'm trying to do it bigger and better, like maybe Sky Zone or Dave and Buster's, Phillies game. You know, something Phillies against Mets. Either or.
Eagles game.
Maybe Eagles game, Giants game, but like something bigger than, just playing cards, which is cool. Yeah. But the big events like bowling brings out a lot of people. And if we can keep those events going, we can see a bigger crowd.
We've done a lot of important things this year as far as upgrading to live stream, which our streaming service on our website is now ad-free. Our analytics are now more in-depth, which is very, very important for us. Brian can attest to all the partnerships we've had with the Rowan College of Business now and continuing with Rowan and SUP. So we have a lot of stuff to build on that we accomplished this year, and we definitely want to keep that going as well as see if we can improve in other areas as well.
All right, so as president and vice president, chemistry is going to be a big issue. So, Cody, are you Batman? And are you Robin? Or one of you Jordan, one of you Pippin? How do you guys think you're going to gel next year?
I think the most important thing is Brian and I are a team. I realize my title is technically more than his title, but I don't look at it that way. I see us as two strong leaders of this club who have done so many different things in so many different areas. And, maybe an area I'm not very strong in, he's stronger in, and it could be vice versa. So, we work very well together. We have a good relationship. It's all well and good. We try to have fun, but we know we need to take care of business when we need to.
Communication would definitely be the biggest factor. I feel like if we have miscommunication, then that's when, holes and gaps are going to start to come into RTN, and we might get overwhelmed and fall apart. But as long as me and Cody stay on the same page, and when a general member asks us a question, we respond with the same answer, we would be definitely fine.
What's I know you guys have a lot of goals, but if say it's the end of the year, you guys are getting ready to graduate next year, what's one thing you would want to have said that you accomplished with the club?
Well, for me, because I'd be a senior, Cody would be.
Yes.
Cody would still be here.
Well, finishing your position.
Finishing your reign.
Yeah. What's one thing that you would at least want to have accomplished by next year at this time?
You want to take this one first?
Yeah, I'll take it first. I really want our members to be happy, because without them, RTN would not happen. And we see it with the crews here in the studio, all the crews that do all the outside stuff. That takes a lot of time and dedication. So this is the time for them to really get their input in there on what they want to experience, what they want to know. College is a time where you get to explore yourself, you get to explore different challenges, but you also get to explore, as long as you speak up, what you want to learn and what you want to know from us who have been here for so long. So I think the members just need to be happy and need to speak up and tell us what they want to learn. And hopefully, they're putting stuff on their reels and they're getting ready to go out into the real world with experience under their belt.
Yeah. The biggest accomplishment I would be happy with is if I hear the general saying, wow, that was a great year. I can't wait till next year. Because that means that Cody and I and the rest of the e-board, we accomplished something. It's mainly about the general members, them getting their experience, building their resume, getting their out there, gaining the experience. So when they go into the real world, they can be like, hey, I did this before. Or, hey, I was part of RTN. And someone could be like, RTN? I am an alumni from Rowan, That's like the best feeling to know that our work that we're putting into the club is being shown by the general members going out into the workforce.
Now, I understand with this year's e-board, you have a lot of new incoming members. You guys are changing positions. And so what's kind of the challenges, not only you have with that, but you think will be a challenge for the rest of the e-board, and how do you think you guys could help work through that?
I mean, we just got to give them our expertise in everything we've done. It is a lot of the new e-board. I think there's only 3 of us returning, or 4 of us maybe. So
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, so it's a very small portion returning. So we just really need to get everybody in the groove of acting as an e-board and, more importantly, acting as a team. It's helpful that I've done 2 positions in a year, and I know, Brian being special events, being in that department, a very important department here at RTN, we have a very wide range of knowledge where we can spread that to the executive board and do a lot of great things next year. But again, it's just building chemistry with everybody. I think Brian said it well. As far as our relationship, it's the same thing with the other 9 people on the executive board. We got to have a chemistry, we got to have a vibe going, and if we can keep that strong, there really will be no stopping us to being successful next year.
I know for Cody and Tom, you guys are heavily involved with sports, and then Brian is heavily involved with special events, so I guess it's a 2-in-1 question. Where do you guys see sports going for next year? I know this year you guys traveled down to Virginia and you covered like a major tournament for hockey. So you being president, I know Tom's on e-board. Congratulations for next year. How do you guys see sports getting bigger and expanding, especially because people know that Rowan's name's out there, especially with covering hockey and stuff like that. A lot of parents have, requested the copies of DVDs for the games and stuff. So, we're leaving a good word in people's mouths, and people are getting to know our names. So how do you think sports is going to expand? And then same with you, Brian. How do you think special events is going to expand for next year?
For special events, I definitely see it increasing. More organizations are reaching out to us, like the Ad Club, College of Business. We are doing great teamwork with them. Also, during the semester, I reached out to the borough of Glassboro to do like community events that Rowan doesn't cover. They did get back to me, but there wasn't no major event. So I'm hoping for next year we can push that. So instead of doing just stuff on campus, we're doing the community to get special events out there, and they can see how strong special events are.
That's great. How about you, Cody, for sports?
Yeah, as far as sports go, football's not the biggest thing. Rowan Athletics is a big department, and they get a lot of things out there quickly and provide their own streaming service. So we want to try and build that viewership up a little bit. But club ice hockey has been extremely phenomenal, and Tom can definitely attest to this too. But, we're trying to get the MAC championship, the MAC tournament, to Hollydale Ice Arena here in Glassboro next year. We are totally making the push. Coach Caulfield is using RTN as a reason to come bring this tournament and have us cover the 7 games that it takes over the weekend, try and go full studio, get people experience in covering live games in such a big atmosphere. So we also have the families of all the players contacting us, for highlights, contacting us saying, hey, you guys are doing a great job. We have the biggest support in the hockey team. And then as far as the spring sports go, we cover them not as intense as we do the fall sports, but hopefully we do continue them. Coaches love seeing us covering their games. They love the media attention. And so hopefully we can keep everything going and hopefully expand more. If we can get that MAC championship, that MAC tournament at Hollydale next year, and we can cover it, that's going to put us right on the map. And we have teams from that MAC league reaching out to us, we have the parents with the DVDs, like you said.
Yeah.
They're getting the DVDs and they want our footage. So everybody loves us right now in the MAC, and that specifically is really good that we're expanding out of the Rowan campus and getting those teams involved.
Yeah. I think
Okay,
it's wonderful.
so one thing for you guys, whether it's member bonding, whether it's sports or special events, what is one thing you're definitely looking forward to next year? Whether it's another hackathon like we did, or whether it's sports, what's one thing you guys are looking forward to?
Speaking about hackathon,
Yep.
I just received the email for next year in the fall. They want us to come back, but instead of it being a hackathon, it's called a sumo robotic competition,
Oh,
which
wow.
is a little smaller than a hackathon. But since they were impressed that we can actually cover a 35-hour event going from pre-production, production, and post-production,
Yeah.
and you were there too
Yeah, I was
at 2
there.
in the morning commentating Smash, bro. Special events is definitely increasing. They're seeing that we're capable of covering a long event. We're willing to cover on a long event. So I see us covering some more very long productions.
Awesome.
We have 2 big milestones next year. I know you told me to say one thing, Tom, but
Can't make it easy, can you?
unfortunately, I'm going to make it 2. We have the 10th annual telethon next year, so that
Big.
is a big
That's huge,
anniversary
yeah.
next year. Yeah, so I'm very excited to see who our producers are going to be, get that crew going, that pre-production. It's going to have to be a big event. It's going to have to be the biggest telethon ever, especially going 10 years. It's also the 25th year of a TV club here on campus.
Oh,
it's
wow.
the 21st year with the name RTN. It was RTVA 4 years before that. So it's our silver anniversary. We got to make it big. We got to make it better.
Yeah.
We got to try and do some different things as well. Try and create our brand and expand our horizon a little bit. So just those milestones to me are what make it so exciting for me to be a part of it and to try and make it the best it possibly can be and be successful.
That's great. I didn't even know that. There was 25th
Yeah, Cody's
anniversary.
always got the stats, but you talked
Yeah.
about expanding the brand of RTN, whether it's here on campus or whether it's off campus. How do you really plan to do that?
I think community involvement is the big thing. And
Definitely.
yeah, when you mentioned about getting involved with the Borough of Glassboro and getting events out there, that is definitely something that
The best way to get our name out
yeah,
there.
absolutely. We need to expand off this campus. We can't just be in the households of each dorm on TV. We can't just be online. We need to get the Glassboro community involved, and I think that's really going to help the expansion of Rowan University as a whole in just getting our name out there, providing quality content, and providing things that the borough would like to see. And we've done a good job of that this year. We've had special events. People come and request us to come out and cover their events throughout the borough of Glassboro. So pretty excited about that and seeing where that goes, because I really would like to expand more off the Rowan campus.
All right, Cody and Brian, thank you so much for coming on the couch. Best of luck next year on eBoard.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Thanks for having us.
And stay tuned. More on the couch is right around the corner.